As you progress through life, you will undoubtedly discover that things aren't always as they appear. As amazing as life can be, there are always harsh realities that you tend to ignore until they are staring you down. Most of us believe that no one else is going through what we are, but that is simply not the case. Most of us are dealing with the same issues and feeling just as challenged because life can be extremely difficult at times, and being an adult isn't always easy. Welcome to Adulthood Authenticated, a place that helps you on your journey to becoming a better adult. If you are new to the channel, don't forget to subscribe and click the notification button so that you don't miss any of our future videos. Here are 5 reasons I think why being an adult is so hard. Number 1. No rite of passage ceremony. A rite of passage is a ritual or a ceremony signifying an event in a person's life indicative of a transition from one stage to another, as from adolescence to adulthood. Rites of passage promote a sense of renewal because they mark the start of a new phase in our lives. They remind us that we are constantly evolving and that life is a journey of transformation. Ceremonies that serve as rites of passage connect us not only to our own past selves, but also to the past of our forefathers. When we participate in a rite of passage, we enter a sacred space. There are many forms of the rites of passage. Examples are the walkabout in Australia, Alima Toa, baptism, graduations, and proms, just to name a few. Meaningful rites of passage are not as common today, resulting in lacking a clear sense of purpose, causing many young adults to feel intimidated by adulting. Number 2. The Invincible Ego, or Peter Pan syndrome. The belief that it will never happen to me or I will never grow up. This could also be seen as Peter or Wendy syndrome. Peter Pan syndrome isn't an official diagnosis, but it can apply to anyone. This is on some level a form of narcissism that can hinder us from living in reality. Possible signs of Peter Pan syndrome: trouble with long-term plans, relying on other people to take care of you, no interest in personal growth, difficult time making decisions, tough relationship with money, avoiding conflict and confrontation. Despite how glorious it would be to never have to pay a bill or schedule a doctor's appointment, these are very real things that you do as an adult. Peter Pan avoided the responsibilities of adulthood with everything he had, and people with Peter Pan syndrome tend to do the same. Believing we will never grow up is a real thing, as in our minds, if we cannot see it, it does not happen or it will not happen to us. Most of the time we believe life is good and we will never grow up, until adulthood smacks you upside the head and you are left to face this stage of life all by yourself. While there's no actual magic preventing children from physically growing up, some adults continue to cling to the carefree days of youth and find emotional and financial responsibilities challenging well into adulthood. Number 3. Lack of guidance or knowledge. Adults influence the lives of adolescents in a variety of ways. People tend to display behaviors that are learned either intentionally or inadvertently through the influence of example. Since identity formation is a central focus during adolescence, adolescents are particularly likely to be influenced by the adults in their environment. Adolescents often look to adults in order to determine appropriate and acceptable behavior, as well as to identify models of who they want to be like. Adult influences, however, can be both positive and negative, and some adults may be more influential than others. With so much rapid fire change in the world, the job of preparing our young people for the future has become increasingly daunting. The vast majority agree that skills like critical thinking, resilience, creativity, systems thinking, and empathy are crucial and must be prioritized over compliance and standardized test scores. There's a sense that young people need to gain real-world experience in navigating the unknown through some kind of authentic rite of passage, and more research is exploring what that might look like. Number 4. Not having a plan for life. Life presents a multitude of possibilities, which scares many people. We are concerned about issues such as what if I make the wrong plan and what if my plan fails. We either wait too long to create the perfect plan or we skip making one entirely and opt for the default mode, thinking we'll see or we'll deal with it when we get to it or I'll see what happens. Life offers numerous paths, directions, options, and choices that can have long-term consequences. You must exercise caution when making such decisions or face the consequences and live with the consequences of your wrong or right choices or even the decisions not to choose. Number 5. Being an adult is the longest part of our lives. You think when you're younger that you become an adult and maybe there is some kind of transformation. One day you'll wake up, just know that you are now an adult and you will know how to handle the world in such a way that every little thing will work out. You dream and imagine what you'll be like as an adult. Adulthood is the stage of life that occurs between adolescence and death. It is generally the longest stage of life, with the potential to last up to 80 years or more. The responsibilities of adulthood is never ending and it follows you until the day you die. Knowing the fact that once you become an adult, there is no going back is quite daunting for most. We have to keep reminding ourselves that it is a marathon and not a sprint. We appreciate you watching this video. If you thought it was useful, think about subscribing to our channel and join us on our journey to being better adults. Don't forget to follow us. All the links will be in the description below. Until next time, learn, plan, live.